Okay, we are live. Good morning, everyone. I better give you an intro, hadn't I? Here we go.
If you're a truth seeker, you need to hear this. Your subconscious is trying to speak. Welcome to the only podcast of its kind, hosted by the legendary David John Oates. Dive into the world of reverse speech, where we unveil the hidden messages in the words of politicians, celebrities, and even you. Every Saturday at 5:30 p.m. Pacific, join us as we decode the unconscious mind, revealing the truth behind the spoken word. With over 41 years of pioneering research, David John Oates takes you on a journey beyond the conscious realm. From shocking political confessions to the secret desires of the stars, no thought is too hidden. Discover what they're really thinking, and maybe what you're truly saying too. Tune in on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts. Visit www.reversespeech.com to learn more. Reverse speech. It's more than just words. It's a window into the truth.
And good day, everyone. How are you? I'm back with a good, solid internet connection this time. Sorry about last week. I was surrounded by trees, and I have discovered that Starlink does not like trees. So there you go. But however, I have a good, solid connection today, so we should all be fine. Okay, today we're going to cover a few topics. I'm going to start off with the death of Virginia Giuffre, who was the woman who went public claiming that she had been sex trafficked by Jeffrey Epstein to Prince Andrew. And so we're going to be looking at reversals on Prince Andrew, talking about Virginia Giuffre. I got one reversal on her, a couple on her dad. So we're gonna dive into that a little bit. Then I got some quite fascinating reversals on Trump from a speech he gave this week about his first 100 days in office. Some really interesting reversals that raise some fascinating questions. So we'll talk about them. So where am I? I'm currently in a place, not a town, it's a resort actually, called Monkey Mia. Monkey as in the monkey, Mia, M-I-A. For those of you who are following my trek around Australia on my long vacation, Monkey Mia is the home of the dolphins. And the dolphins come to the shore 3 times a day. It's well known. It's a well known tourist place, and they feed the dolphins. You get to see the dolphins. You go, ooh, ah, wow, how cool is that? All the tourist stuff. So that was great. We got to see the dolphins, and then we spent the rest of the day drinking margaritas and daiquiris on the beach. So that was fun. I enjoyed that. So that's where we are today. We head off tomorrow. Um, and we're going to our next camping spot is actually a little bit controversial. We're camping in a place called the Blowhole, and it's the site of 4 years ago an abduction in Australia. A little girl named Chloe was taken from her tent. It was in the place where we're going to be camping. And it went on for a week, a police search. Anyway, they finally found her. She'd been abducted by a man and was being held in his house. So we're going to be camping the next 2 days on the site of a famous Australian abduction. So how about that, hey? That'll be cool. All right, let's dive into the world of Virginia Giuffre. Um, how's my audio levels, by the way? Are they all sounding okay there to everyone? Hopefully they are. All right, let's. We want to do Prince Andrew first. We're going to do Virginia Giuffre. Okay, so let me fill you in on this. Those who aren't familiar with it all, Virginia Giuffre was a very outspoken person claiming that she was sex trafficked to Prince Andrew. There was a photo that circulated with her and Prince Andrew together. I don't know whether you're familiar with that photograph. Prince Andrew had his arm around Virginia, and Ghislaine Maxwell was standing behind them. So that's the famous photo. She sued Prince Andrew, Prince Andrew settled out of court for an undisclosed amount, but it's known to be in the millions, 10, 15 millions or something like that. Okay, so Virginia Giuffre was quite public. She was helping other sex traffic victims through. She actually left a note for her family saying that I'm not suicidal, and if I ever die of suicide, then you are to investigate this death. Well, she did die of suicide just on April 24th, just last week. Very sad, unfortunately. She is now the third one of Epstein's victims who has died. Um, there was two early ones who both died of drug overdoses, and Virginia Giuffre was next. So, did she die of suicide, or was it something far more sinister? Well, I can tell you my opinion right now. I think it's something far more sinister. I did not buy the suicide story. So, okay, so let's play a reversal on Virginia Giuffre. This is the only one I have on her, unfortunately. I might even go and do some more on her, I think. So here she is. You should be seeing that now. So let's just play this forwards.
There are girls out there that will speak up, and I don't care if it's 10 years later or 15 years later. Whenever you're ready to do it, you do it, and you protect the ones that are younger than us. You protect the ones that we didn't protect before. These guys will get it in the end, because us girls are not going to sit here and just let this keep happening.
Okay, so she's quite outspoken there. She says backwards, I'll send that ray, they send a con. I'll play it and I'll tell you what it means. Yeah, she's going to shine a light on the situation. She's sending a ray, and they are conning. They are lying. I'll send a ray, they send a con. So she's exposing. That reversal suggests she's telling the truth, and she's exposing the dark deeds of these evil doers. All right, now I've got a couple reversals on her dad here. Let me just share the screen again. This is her dad being interviewed after Virginia Giuffre died. So here he is. Here we go.
Like I say, when she was here, we were together all the time and doing a lot of things together. She was on her own to go against Jeffrey Epstein, Ghislaine Maxwell, Prince Andrew. She was on her own this whole time.
Oh dear, I've lost. Oh, just hang on 1 second. I've lost power on one of my computers. Just hang on 1 sec. Wow. Okay, that should have fixed it. Just hang on a second, otherwise you're going to lose the broadcast. All right, that fixed it. Okay, sorry about that. Okay, let's play this again. Here we go. We'll start again.
Like I say, when she was here, we were together all the time and doing a lot of things together. She was on her own to go against Jeffrey Epstein, Ghislaine Maxwell, Prince Andrew. She was on her own this whole time.
Backwards, royal scam.
Royal scam.
Royal scam. Royal scam. Royal scam. We're going to delve deep into this royal scam. So he believes this whole Virginia's death and everything surrounding it was all a scam by the royals. Okay, here's another reversal. Let's just share the screen on this. I shouldn't be shutting the screen down. I should know that. Okay, so here's the next one.
I mean, I met Jeffrey Epstein. I wouldn't let her go to work for him unless I met him. But he seemed like a normal person. I mean, he came out, I went to his mansion, and he came out in jeans and a t-shirt and just acted like a regular person. So I had no idea. I mean, you don't know who you're talking to.
Satan the shit.
Her shit.
No, it's her shit. Sorry, Satan her shit.
Her shit.
Well, I think he's comparing Satan with Jeffrey Epstein, but I don't know what the her shit is all about. A little bit unsure what that one means. But anyway, that's the dad. The reversal I want to home in on, though, is the royal scam. All right, I am going to get up reversals on Prince Andrew. Talking about Virginia Giuffre, and they are quite damning reversals, actually. Just let me get them up here. Reversals 2022, Prince Andrew, here we go. All right. Okay, so Virginia Giuffre allegedly died by suicide. Did she? I don't know. I don't think she did. Jeffrey Epstein allegedly died by suicide in his jail cell. The cameras were conveniently out for the 2 or 3 hours it took for him to die. I'm going to play reversal on Prince Andrew being interviewed about Virginia Giuffre and Jeffrey Epstein. I am, to this day, I am surprised that this reversal has, oops, what have I done here? Hang on, I've just messed up my screen. I am surprised to this day that this reversal I'm about to play you has not gone viral. It puzzles me. Anyway, here we go. This is Prince Andrew. He's being interviewed by a BBC reporter, I forget her name now, and he's being asked about that infamous photo. This photo with her and with him and Virginia Giuffre together. So here it is. He's being asked about the photo.
Nobody can prove whether or not that photograph has been doctored, but I don't recollect that photograph ever being taken.
Okay, so I don't recollect that photograph ever being taken. And backwards, he says, Jeff had to get murdered.
Jeff had to get murdered. Jeff had to get murdered. Jeff had to get murdered.
You hear the tone in that reverse? It's got this real creepy, evil feel to it. Okay, Jeff is Jeffrey Epstein. Okay. Now, Jeffrey Epstein had already died by a death deemed to be suicide, but here we have Prince Andrew saying he was murdered. Jeff had to get murdered, shows knowledge of Jeffrey Epstein's death, that it wasn't suicide, that it was murdered. And I also think it shows that Prince Andrew himself ordered the hit on Jeffrey Epstein and made it to appear like murder, like suicide. I'll play it again. Here's forwards.
Nobody can prove whether or not that photograph has been doctored, but I don't recollect that photograph ever being taken.
And Jeff had to get murdered. This is a confession to knowledge and most likely the hit, ordering a hit on Jeffrey Epstein. Listen to the tone of the reversal. Jeff had to get murdered.
Jeff had to get murdered. Jeff had to get murdered. Jeff had to get murdered.
So that reversal makes me doubt the whole thing of suicide. Okay. So what we're going to do now is we're going to look at the rest of the reversals in this interview with the BBC. Okay. And let me just share the screen here. Share screen, window, and we'll just leave it open this time. So, okay, so here's the first one.
But during these times that he was a guest at Windsor Castle at Sandringham, the shooting weekend, we now know that he was and had been procuring young girls for sex trafficking.
We now know that. At the time, there was no indication to me or anybody else that that was what he was doing.
Well, this is a blatant lie because he says backwards, then I knew.
Then I knew. Then I knew. Then I knew.
So he knew back then Jeffrey Epstein was procuring sex for young girls. Listen to the folds again. This is just a blatant lie.
But during these times that he was a guest at Windsor Castle at Sandringham, the shooting weekend, we now know that he was and had been procuring young girls for sex trafficking.
We now know that. At the time, there was no indication to me or anybody else that that was what he was doing.
Then I knew.
Then I knew.
And right as he says reversal, he nods his head. Look at this. Right on the reversal. Watch his head.
That that was what he was doing. Then I knew.
Nods his head right on the reversal. So he knew back then. So he's lying. He's a classic liar. Okay, here's the next one.
I'm just trying to work this out because you said you went to break up the relationship and yet you stayed at that New York mansion several days. I'm wondering how long.
But I was doing a number of other things while I was there.
But you were staying at the house of a convicted sex offender.
I'll sniff the lover money.
I'll sniff the lover money. I'll sniff the lover money. I'll sniff the lover money.
Don't know what he means by that, unless he's predicting that he's going to have to pay Virginia Giuffre money. It's a future tense reversal. It could be what we call a premonition reversal, because he paid Virginia Giuffre many millions of dollars. I'll play the reversal again. I'll sniff the lover money.
I'll sniff the lover money. I'll sniff the lover money. I'll sniff the lover money.
Yeah, that's certainly there. All right, here's the next one.
So let's go to that Central Park walk, which was snapped. Friends of yours suggest that Epstein wanted that photo taken. Perhaps he'd even set it up. Do you worry that you were being played?
Again, new information is coming out since his suicide has made us reappraise that walk in the park. We can't find any evidence, or my staff and my people and I can't find any evidence to suggest that that was what he was doing.
I will beat down the farce. Yeah, he's trying to beat it down. It's a farce. He's just playing a big game, and he's going to keep at it, keep his story going, and until people believe him. Of course, people did not believe him, did they? All right, here's the next one.
In the photo.
I've seen the photograph.
How do you explain that?
I can't.
I cover this up. Yeah, I mean, he's lying through his teeth. It's just a lie. Here's the folds again.
In the photo.
I've seen the photograph.
How do you explain that?
I can't.
I've seen the photograph. How to explain it? I can't. Of course, I cover this up. This guy is just lying through his teeth. He's just lying. And this is what he thinks of Virginia Giuffre. Here he is.
I don't remember that photograph ever being taken.
But it's possible that it was you with your arm around
That's
her
me, but whether that's my hand or whether that's the position, I have simply no recollection.
And she's a good mutt. Well, that's what he thinks about Virginia Giuffre. She's a good mutt. Very charming thing to say, Andrew. It's I was going to be very sarcastic. I'll play that one again. That's just so classic where he's coming from.
I don't remember that photograph ever being taken.
But it's possible that it was you with your arm around
That's
her
me, but whether that's my hand or whether that's the position, I have simply no recollection.
And she's a good mutt. Oh dear me, his attitude to women is shocking. All right, the next one is Jeff had to get murdered, which I've already played. The only thing I'd like to add to that is if Jeffrey Epstein was murdered and made it look like a suicide, then I have no problems in believing Virginia Giuffre was murdered and made it look like a suicide. All right, here's the next reversal. Here we go.
That you don't recall meeting Virginia Roberts, dining with her, dancing with her at Tramp, or going on to have sex with her in a bedroom in a house in Belgravia.
I can absolutely categorically tell you it never happened.
And here's internal dialogue. He's talking to himself. You lusty fraud, you're fucked. He's lying through his teeth.
You lusty fraud, you're fucked. You lusty fraud, you're fucked. You lusty fraud, you're fucked.
He knew that he was completely screwed. He was caught with his pants down. He has he knows that he's blanked, and he was indeed kicked out of the royal family virtually. Dishonored, dismayed. Here we're gonna play that reversal again. So here's the forwards.
That you don't recall meeting Virginia Roberts, dining with her, dancing with her at Tramp, or going on to have sex with her in a bedroom in a house in Belgravia.
I can absolutely categorically tell you it never happened.
Yeah, right. Sure, Andrew. And I got a bridge in Sydney I'd like to sell you. It only cost you $10 million. That's what you paid Virginia. You lusty fraud, you're fucked.
You lusty fraud, you're fucked. You lusty fraud, you're fucked. You lusty fraud, you're fucked.
I mean, how much more plainer do you want it? That's it's pretty straightforward. Okay. Oops. What have I done wrong here? Hang on. I've messed up my screen. All right. Here's the next one.
And then on the day that she says that this occurred, they'd already left to go to the island before I got back from Boston. So I don't think that could have happened at all.
There was a witness there, Johanna Stolberg, who says that you did visit the house in that month.
Oh, this one's not very clear. From the lies wrecked.
From the lies wrecked. From the lies wrecked. From the lies wrecked.
Yeah, from the lies wrecked. Yeah, he's wrecked from all his lies. This whole interview is a lie from start to finish. All right, here's another one.
That we never had any sort of sexual contact whatever.
She spoke about you outside the court in August of this year.
Mm-hmm.
She said, I quote, "He knows exactly what he's done, and I hope he comes clean about it."
And the answer is nothing.
And he says, "Your fun, serious lie." Okay, he had fun with her, he enjoyed himself, and he's lying. It's a serious lie.
Fun, serious lie. Fun, serious lie. Fun, serious lie.
Yeah, I mean, he just lies through his teeth. I play the reversal again.
Comes clean about it.
And the answer is nothing.
Nothing. Your fun, serious lie.
Fun, serious lie. Fun, serious lie. Fun, serious lie.
All right, here's another one. Here we go.
And that was the last time?
Yeah.
Did you discuss Epstein at all then?
No. Not actually, funnily enough, no, not at all. There wasn't anything to discuss about him. Because he wasn't in the news. It wasn't, it was just...
Meet up sex.
Meet up sex. Meet up sex. Meet up sex.
Yeah, meet up sex. That's what he used to do with Jeffrey Epstein. Meet up and have sex. Oh, dear me. All right, here's another funny one. Oh, dear me. He's so fucked.
There is a whole range of things that you face now that you didn't face 25 years ago because it was just the print media.
Here he says, for sex, you visit Greg.
But such is Greg.
For sex,
you visit Greg. Well, obviously he's found a new person who can give him some sex, and his name is Greg. Jeffrey Epstein's been murdered on the order of Prince Andrew, the lusty fraud who knows he's fucked. All these reversals are so spot on, aren't they? All right, here's another one.
Do I regret the fact that he has quite obviously conducted himself in a manner unbecoming? Yes.
Unbecoming. He was a sex offender.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I'm being polite in the sense that he was a sex offender.
He doesn't know. He's such an idiot. The nervous kisses me, it's messing it up.
The nervous kisses me, that's messing it up.
The nervous kisses me, that's messing it up. The nervous kisses me, that's messing it up.
Oh, he knows he's making a fool of himself in the interview. He's nervous, he's worried, and he's messing the whole thing up, and he knows it. This is internal dialogue. He knows he's messed up this whole interview. All right, let me replay 3 reversals from this. I want to replay this one, and she's a good mutt, talking about Virginia Giuffre.
I don't remember that photograph ever being taken.
But it's possible that it was you with your arm around
That's
her waist.
me, but whether that's my hand or whether that's the position, but I don't. I have simply no recollection.
And she's a good mutt.
And she's a good mutt.
And she's a good mutt. And she's a good mutt.
That's so disgusting. And this one here, the smoking gun.
Nobody can prove whether or not that photograph has been doctored, but I don't recollect that photograph ever being taken.
And Jeff had to get murdered. This is his confession. He ordered the hit. It wasn't a suicide, it was a murder, and Andrew ordered it. Jeff had to get murdered.
Jeff admitted murder.
Jeff admitted murder. Jeff admitted murder.
And then we have the last one I'm going to play again. He knows that he's in big trouble. Here we go.
That you don't recall meeting Virginia Roberts, dining with her,
Yep.
dancing with her at Tramp,
Yep.
or going on to have sex with her
Yes,
in a bedroom in a house in Belgravia.
I can absolutely categorically tell you it never happened.
You lusty fraud, you're fucked.
He lässt mich erotic back.
He lässt mich erotic back. He lässt mich erotic back.
He knows that's the end of his career. There you go. Don't need much more than that. All right, here's a couple of victims of Jeffrey Epstein. Let's just play these. We'll just share the screen with you here. Okay, here's one of them.
I left Zorro Ranch with a deep sense of shame. Not just the shame of him having sexually abused me, but the shame of knowing that I had somehow been duped.
Trust in that information.
Trust in that information. Trust in that information. Trust in that information.
Yeah, trust in the information. She's telling the truth. Here's another one. Same woman.
I only knew Jeffrey Epstein for 5 days during a trip to Zorro Ranch.
Sad, now fucked me.
Sad now fucked me. Sad now fucked me. Sad now fucked me.
There you go. Confess. True story. And here's another one.
Did Jeffrey Epstein rape you?
Yeah, no, he raped me.
Backwards, yes, they raped me.
Yes, he raped me. Yes, he raped me.
Yes, he raped me.
Yes, they raped me. There we go. Well, Jeffrey Epstein, the ghost of Jeffrey Epstein still pervades everything. Because he just had another victim die, Virginia Giuffre. Was it suicide? Was it murder? We'll never know. I do not believe it's suicide. I actually tried to find out online how she had actually suicided and like how did she do it, and I couldn't find it. All it said was suicide. So I don't know what form of suicide they alleged that happened. But anyway, a great tragedy. Jeffrey Epstein reaches out from the grave and gets another victim. Very sad. All right. I've got some interesting reversals on Trump, talking about his 100 days in office. He gave an interview in the Oval Office with, a reporter from the ABC, I believe. It was a pretty contentious interview. The interviewer obviously had an agenda he was following. But anyway, here's the reversals. That's my mate coming into the camera momentarily. Okay, all right. So let's open this, and we'll share the screen here. Present, share screen, window, Trump. Okay, here we go.
They were taking advantage of us like they've never. I could have left it that way. And at some point, there would have been an implosion like nobody's ever seen. But I said, no, we have to fix it. I've wanted to do this for many years. You know, I had the best economy.
Do I see the one?
The resident one.
The resident one. The resident one.
Okay, the one is a metaphor for the divine spirit of God, or the Holy Spirit, whichever way you want to call it. It goes by many he or it, whatever you goes by many names. It's a common theme in reverse speech, the one. It is the only part of the psyche that always speaks truth. The heart can lie and be deceptive, but the one or the spirit is constantly speaking to the conscious mind, speaking the truth. And so Trump's questioning himself here. Do I see the one? Am I on track? Am I following the guiding of spirit? So it's a question, it's not a statement. So here it is again.
They were taking advantage of us like they've never. I could have left it that way. And at some point, there would have been an implosion like nobody's ever seen. But I said, no, we have to fix it. I've wanted to do this for many years. You know, I had the best economy.
Do I see the one?
The resident one.
The resident one. The resident one.
Okay, there we go. All right. Next reversal, I've no idea what it means. It's a metaphor, but I'll play it anyway, seeing I found it.
Really? They haven't had a boom because of inflation. Well, the boom was inflationary boom. The people were wiped out with inflation. I mean,
We'll burn a shelf.
We'll burn a shelf.
We'll burn a shelf. We'll burn a shelf.
Yeah, I don't know what that means. A shelf is a metaphor to put something up that you don't use. Burn, to destroy. Here, let me listen to the thoughts again, see if I can get a context.
Really? They haven't had a boom because of inflation. Well, the boom was inflationary boom. The people were wiped out with inflation. I mean,
No, that doesn't help me interpret this reversal. We'll burn a shelf.
We'll burn a shelf.
We'll burn a shelf. We'll burn a shelf.
I really don't know how to interpret that. Okay. All right, next reversal on Trump. Here we go.
It is an undeniable fact that illegal crossings at the southern border have plummeted, a staggering decline. But there are questions about your methods. And so I want to ask you about my methods, about your methods, how you're accomplishing the work.
Go with mission.
Oh, with mission.
Oh, with mission. Oh, with mission.
Mission is has more of a spiritual connotation to it. It's like a divine mission. He's driven to do this. It's his mission. It's his purpose. It's a strong word, mission. It's more than just something I have to do. It's a calling, a being driven. So here's the thoughts again.
It is an undeniable fact that illegal crossings at the southern border have plummeted, a staggering decline. But there are questions about your methods. And so I want to ask you about my methods, about your methods, how you're accomplishing the work.
Go with mission.
Oh, with mission.
Oh, with mission. Oh, with mission.
All right, someone says, did the previous reversal say shill rather than shelf? Okay, well, let's go and check, shall we? Okay, here's the forwards.
Really? They
big
haven't had a
businesses.
boom because of inflation.
Well,
The
no,
boom,
what
the
they've
boom
done-
was inflationary boom. The people were wiped out with inflation. I mean,
Yes.
you
Will burner shelf or shill?
will burn it.
Will burn shelf. Will burn shelf.
No, I think it's shelf. I can hear an F on the end of that. So there we go. Okie dokie. Go with mission. Okay, here we have the next one on Trump. Here we go.
Oh, that's a subject. So you're saying that you don't like some of the rulings, some of the court orders?
I think the rulings will be overturned. Yeah.
Let me ask you about one man and one court order.
This is a strange one. The Bible. Of course, he did sell Bibles, Donald Trump, and autographed them too. I don't know any other meaning that reversal would have. Let's play the forwards again.
Oh, that's a subject. So you're saying that you don't like some of the rulings, some of the court orders?
I think the rulings will be overturned. Yeah.
Let me ask you about one man and one court order.
The Bible seller. Whoops. That's strange. I don't know what that means. Huh. All right. Next one. Here we go with the next one.
By a very incompetent man, a man that turned out to be incompetent. That
He's talking about Biden, by the way. Sorry, he's talking about Biden forwards.
By a very incompetent man, a man that turned out to be incompetent, that you always said was wonderful, great genius, right? And now you find out all of the media now, they're saying what a mistake they made.
And they deem with the law.
I made him with the law.
I made him with the law. I made him with the law.
I talk about the media. I would say the law is the standard line they're all following. You know, I would say that's what it is. There we have another metaphor. This is unusual, actually, to get so many metaphors on a media interview. You normally get metaphors in private session work with clients. So to get them on a media interview is unusual.
So when I left, there wasn't even a chance that this would happen. When Biden got involved, I won't say whether or not he handled it properly, but obviously it wasn't good because the war started. Putin went in, the war started.
Our soul with circuit burdens.
So was it madness?
I think the our soul is America. The circuit burdens. Well, circuit in reverse speech is a metaphor for the wiring of the brain. So circuit burdens, I would say it's all the rules and regulations. It's all the hierarchy that's burdening us down. That's why I was trying to get rid of regulations. Let's check the forwards again.
So when I left, there wasn't even a chance that this would happen. When Biden got involved, I won't say whether or not he handled it properly, but obviously it wasn't good because the war started. Putin went in, the war started.
Some wonders whether it says certain burdens instead of circuit burdens. So let's have a listen. Is it circuit burdens or certain burdens?
So was it madness?
No, it's circuit. Yeah, just all the stuff they're carrying around. Okay. Let's play the last one. This is a wonderful reversal.
Have there been? Yes.
I love this reversal. This is so cool. So here we go.
There have been? Yes, there have.
So there have been referrals for fraud from the
Of course
work.
there have been. Take a look at some of these things that took place. Millions of dollars were given to people for no reason whatsoever. Of course they have
I want to bring up
Give sole purpose. Now Satan wants to kill it. Look, that raises all sorts of questions, all sorts of give sole purpose. Okay, Trump is on a mission. His mission is to bring us in line with our soul, to give us our sole purpose. It's consistent with all the spiritual reversals I've found on Trump so far over the last year, many of them which I have played on this podcast. Trump believes he's here to give us a purpose of the soul, and there was a fight against it. He uses the word now, Satan wants to kill it. Is that fight deep evil forces? Is there a spiritual battle going on unseen that we don't know about? I'm starting to lean towards that after doing this for 42 years. It's going to be the subject of another book I'm going to write. So let's play this reversal again.
There have been, yes, there have.
So there have been referrals for fraud from the
Of course
work.
there have been. Take a look at some of these things that took place. Millions of dollars were given to people for no reason whatsoever. Of course they have
I want to bring up
Give sole purpose. Now Satan wants to kill it. Very consistent with all the reversals I found on Trump over the last year. Very spiritually uplifting. Here's another one for those of you who may not have heard it. Where am I? Here we have Trump from May 24.
I made a nice speech, one big crowd. I said, and it's all over town. Look at all that press. Look at all of them.
And here he says, serve that Lord of the Light.
Serve that Lord of the Light.
Serve that Lord of the Light. Serve that Lord of the Light.
Now, some people have said the Lord of the Light is Satan. It is not. In reverse speech, the light is the light of God. And we have another reversal that's similar to then Satan wants to kill it, the one I just played. Listen to this one.
Cash bail releasing 400,000 criminals onto our streets. Think of no more cash bail. Look at what happened in New York.
And then the battle with the light.
And in the battle with the light.
And in the battle with the light. And in the battle with the light.
Yeah, the world is in a battle with the light. And Trump serves the Lord of the Light. He's here to give the sole purpose, and everyone's fighting against him. Now Satan wants to kill it. That's just what I found. Okay. All right. Couple of news items. I have released the second edition of my book, The Great Reverse Speech Lexicon. It's an updated version. It's larger than the original book. The print is larger. The page sizes are larger. It's a lot easier to read. It has an index at the back. So there we go. So if you've got the old copy of the Great Reverse Speech Lexicon, go to my Amazon page and get the new one. It's a lot easier to read. You'll really enjoy it. Okay. I want to play. Hang on, what am I doing? I want to play you a video file. I want to play you a file about training, because I've got another training class starting up, and the 3rd of July. I only have one student for this class so far, so I'm looking for students. So here is a video I made up. I wondered if there's more to what people say. Stop. I think this is the one I made up. Let me just share the screen. Oh, hang on. What am I doing? Hang on. Where am I? Open that up there. Oh, add to. Hang on. What have I done wrong here? Just hang on 1 second. Remove from studio. Add. Then meets the. Hang on. What have I done wrong here? Present. Video file. Training. Reverse speech training. Ever wondered if there's more to what people. Oh, there we go. Yeah. Today, I'm diving into the fascinating world of reverse speech analysis. Reverse speech analysis is a game-changing tool that lets you uncover hidden messages and meanings in everyday conversations. Imagine being able to analyze speech in reverse and discover subconscious thoughts and intentions. Sounds intriguing, right? Becoming a certified reverse speech analyst is not just a cool skill to have, but a powerful way to enhance your career as an analyst. Whether you're in psychology, law enforcement, or even corporate negotiations, this skill can give you an edge that few others have. Now let me tell you about the training. The course is designed to fit into your busy schedule, with classes held every 2 weeks over Zoom. Each class is just 3 hours long, so it's manageable even if you're juggling other commitments. However, in addition to class, you need to allocate 15 hours a week for study and homework. And the best part, the entire course is only 1 year long. That's right, in just a year you could be a certified reverse speech analyst. So, what can you expect from the course? You'll learn the ins and outs of reverse speech theory, from the basics to advanced techniques. Experienced instructors will guide you through practical exercises and real-life case studies, ensuring you gain hands-on experience. Plus, you'll join a network of like-minded professionals who are just as passionate about this field as you are. By the end of the course, you'll have the skills to interpret reverse speech patterns, detect hidden truths, and provide valuable insights in your professional domain. It's a unique opportunity to stand out and make a real impact. So if you're ready to take your analytical skills to the next level, consider enrolling in the reverse speech analysis course today. Trust me, it's an investment in your future that you won't regret. Thanks for watching. And just so you know, this is not David John Oates speaking. This is an AI-generated clone of his voice. Imagine the possibilities of applying AI to finding reversals. There is much to come in the world of reverse speech. Okay, there we go. That a little video I put together with AI talking about training. All right, look, next class starts July 3rd. We really do need students. There is only about a half a dozen qualified reverse speech people in the world active in the field, and even less than a half a dozen. And with such an important technology such as reverse speech, revealing not only the truth of our thoughts, who we really are, and what we're really thinking, but also the truth of spirit and the collective unconscious, and the knowledge that reverse speech offers is just endless. It's what philosophers and theologians have been seeking for centuries, a way into the unconscious, not just the unconscious, but into the spirit and indeed the soul itself. So there we go. So yeah, if you're interested in training, email me at backwards@reversespeech.com. That's BACKWARDS@reversespeech.com. All right, we just had an election in Australia yesterday. The sitting party, the Labor Party, regained office again in a landslide election. The opposition leader lost his seat, so he was really defeated and sent running with his tail between the legs. I'll probably do some reversals on Albanese and his victory speech and bring him to you next show. Okay, that's all I got for you today, folks. Thanks you for joining me, and we'll see you all next week, subject to a good, solid Starlink connection. If I don't have trees, I'm fine. So there we go. Anyway, if you're interested in training, email me backwards@reversespeech.com for the next class that starts in 2 months from now. Thanks for joining me, everyone. We'll see you all next week. Okay. All right. Bye-bye. See ya.